What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Young Financials channel. I want to say I'm sorry right now for not posting any videos for about 4 to 5 months. There was a time where I actually did take that money out. I think I had about 12,000, 13,000 at the time, and then I had money in my bank account, and I saw a Subaru STI that I wanted to buy, and it was selling for super cheap. So I was actually originally planning on flipping it. I was going to buy it and then just sell it pretty much right away, but I ended up actually driving it for about 3 months, and I sold it about a month ago or so, a month or two ago, and I put the money back in here. Actually, I did not put the money back in here, but I was earning money a little bit every now and then. So, guys, the portfolio is definitely updated. We've been through a lot in the past month and a half. I've had really good days and really bad days, and so if you look at the all-time, our all-time is very, as you can see. So, like here's about where I stopped. I stopped in May 23rd, and then it kind of was a little bit stagnant here, and then this is when I started trading again, and this is when I started doing spreads and day trading type stuff, right around August 16th. So you see August 16th, my account just absolutely skyrockets to the top, and by September 14th, we are at 34,000, almost 35,000, about 20,000 up, and then as you can see, last month, or 2 weeks ago, it was rather rough every day. I lost around 30% of the portfolio, almost 40%, and that was kind of rough. And so during this time here, I did a lot of day trading. I was betting in on AMD and stuff like that. I was doing a lot of cryptocurrency, just very, very risky things. And right here, as you can see, like in the 3 month span here, I was being actually really safe. And that day, I was just going for like small gains on AMD because that was when AMD was starting to skyrocket up. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna day trade it. I'm just gonna buy shares at the beginning and then sell them for just a small gain. Nothing too big, nothing too spectacular or anything. But that was where I was being rather safe. I was being conservative up until about this point. Right here is where I started. September 5th is when I started just putting in money and being very careless, and from here on, I would say that was basically all just either if I was lucky or unlucky. I was not being very safe at all, but before here I was being safe. There were these 2 days alone I did maybe get a little lucky in, but I think it was only a $2,000 call. This day right here, I was up 30 grand for the day. It was insane. And then I didn't pull out. I didn't cash out the money. Instead, I only got an 8 grand gain for that day. So I was a little upset about that. But, I mean, I could have made, my account was over almost 30, or I think it just hit 41,000 for the day because I didn't really have that much money. This was before I had $8,500 that I put in after. But for the last week, I've been doing things I've been looking up options, consistent options trading with vertical spreads and iron condors, and it's worked out for me the week. Now, I've only done it for about a week. As you can see, like in the all-time here, the 3 month, you can kind of see it's actually looks like a regular stock would look more so compared to Tesla. Basically, this looks like Tesla, and this looks like a regular like Apple, or just a normal stock. But just what I want to go over real quick is how I'm doing this, because it seems like to me like it could be very consistent money. Now, obviously, you're not going to make $2,000 every week. I do not. I think I was hoping to average around like $200 maybe a week, and I don't really want it to be full time. Like, I don't need to trade full time, but I eventually, once my account is worth maybe 100 grand or something, I would like to actually start seeing if I could get into that and being very conservative with my trades. Because what I was doing in this period here, I was really just like, I was putting in, I think at the top here, I put in $10,000 on AMD, and September 14th was the last day that it actually jumped up, and I put 10 grand in. And I was just being really stupid that whole week, like just trying to get my money back as much as I could. And that day I was up more than 35. I think I was up to 36 grand, or no, I was at like $40,000. And then I didn't sell, and you can't be greedy. You really can't. And I'm realizing that now, and that's why I was putting like most of my money, maybe like half of my money in just on a call. Just not a spread, just a raw call, like a naked call. And I was just trying to bet, and that's why I lost all my money that time. And I realized that I can't be so greedy and I can't do that. So this last week I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to have, what I plan on doing is having 75% of my money in the S&P 500 ETF trust fund, and the rest, the other 25%, I want to do either calls or options trading. And I kind of feel like this is how I'm probably going to do it the rest of the time, and not be very greedy when it comes to like AMD or stocks that have huge jumps like Tilray. I wasn't on that. I made a little bit, but I mean, I forget the other one. It was a new beverage, I forget it, new beverage something, whatever, and I was in on that, and I lost like $2,000 on that, and that was the very last day. That was this day, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to be super safe. So I bought Apple calls, or Apple spreads rather, and so far I'm up 23%, and that's about $1,385. I started with around $6,000 in on this call, so it may be a little bit more than 25% because I do have $1,600, or $1,800 now rather, on a Facebook call that is set for, the expiration date is 6/21/2019, so it's almost a year out. It's maybe 9 months out. So that's a $210 call, and that I've gained a decent amount of money on. But yeah, so it's all far out calls. Before, I was making calls that were like super short, like maybe a week expiration or 2 weeks expiration, and I was making like just super risky stuff that like will either make you a ton of money or you're gonna lose all of your money basically. And I lost all my money in that last week. I lost, well, not all, pretty much all the money that I had bet in that AMD would go up. I lost pretty much all of it, and I was like, you know what, I gotta stop blowing up my account, because I knew that if I was gonna keep doing that, I knew my account would go back down to zero. I knew it. So I'm just gonna take the gains that I have, which is 8,851, and I actually have another account that has around 6,000 in it. I'll do a video on that a little bit later, and that's just strictly iron condors, because I don't really know a whole lot about iron condors right now. I know about them and I know what they do. I'm just trying to figure out how to work them into a strategy that I like, because I really haven't figured out a strategy that I like. I think I do like this strategy, where what I'm doing right now is I'm waiting for the stock to go down, okay? So I bought Apple when it was like right here. I forget when. No, I think I bought it right here, because I did buy it while my account was going down in that 1 week. So I bought it right here, whatever, and that was kind of a low point, and I'm trying to buy at low points, buy spreads at low points, have them far out. Maybe like the Apple is 118, so it's like 3-4 months out. So basically what I'm trying to do is like maybe have a vertical spread that's, maybe it doesn't have to be $20 apart, because my call is $220 call and I'm selling at $240. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that far out, but you know, it can be whatever you want, just depending on how much money you want to put into it. Mine costs $747 each contract, and I have 8 of them. So, I mean, it's really up to you and your personal preference, but I think I like this strategy a lot, because you're buying low, but instead of buying the raw stock and only making 4% off of it for the week, I made, 9%, but overall on the call I actually made 31%. So I really like that, because I'm probably gonna sell it when it reaches the top peak of what Apple did right here on September 4th, or maybe here. You know, I'm not 100% sure of what I'm gonna do yet, but you have to think about it. Like, basically, as long as the stock goes up for a vertical spread, you're pretty much going to be making money. Now, I've noticed there's a very, 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 very tiny depreciation on it. Very tiny. But it's nowhere near as much as a call, like a naked call. So if you make a naked call, you're going to have a lot of depreciation, because it's literally just depreciating. Your vertical spread, one is depreciating and one is appreciating. So you have to take that into account. But the one that's depreciating is just a very, 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 very slight amount more than the one is appreciating. So you have to just take that into account. Once you take that into account and actually just notice that vertical spreads are probably the most consistent way you can make money if you're trying to put it into big stocks. So like Apple, I would not advise you doing this on like AMD or something that's small like WTI, or I would advise you doing something like Microsoft, maybe Amazon, Apple, Facebook, big companies that are very, very, very profitable, and they have more than, I would say, probably 300 to 400 billion market cap. Other than that, I don't think I would do that. So yeah, I'll go into detail kind of more next week and tomorrow about what my plan is more, and how I plan to see if I just want to see what my average is per week and per month. Maybe I'm going to have this run out for maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month or two, and just see what my consistent profit is, because right now I've only done this for a week and I can't say that I make $1,900 or basically $2,000 a week. I'm not going to say that, because that is not at all. I've literally done it for 1 week and it was just a good week. So I just want to see a couple more weeks, maybe like a month or maybe 2 months, and then just see what a consistent average is, because right now it's just really inflated because of the fact that I've only done it for 1 week and it just was a very good week. So yeah, I'll kind of go over that more tomorrow and next week. So I do plan to make videos again, guys. I'm really sorry, and hope you guys all have a great day, and see you tomorrow.